Hi folks, it's John Nizman from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you one of the projects that we've been working on, making lots of progress. This is the 1967 Dodge Coronet. And basically what we've done in our last video, we talked about rebuilding the engine and freshening up the transmission and putting everything back in and having it run, and we broke in the motor. Our next step, as I mentioned, was to strip all of the old paint off, and then we'll be disassembling the car. So we've removed all of the trim. You can see the front grille, bumpers, and all the accessories have been removed from the body. All of the trim has been taken off, and then all the cladding down the sides and handles and all that fun stuff. So what we've done since we've taken all the trim off is, because of previous repairs and being the old lacquer paint and old lacquer primer, you can see on the roof as you come down the vehicle, the roof was painted a different color, not correct to the car. You can see there's a little bit of this lighter blue, silver blue left that we haven't removed yet. But you can see there are several layers of paint and some body filler. The camera's not going to be able to pick it up because of the angle, but there are several little dings and dents in the roof line. And then you can see the nice definition, the style on the Coronet, where it has almost like a raised groove in the roof line. And then as you come down the quarter panel, you can see it's in quite nice shape. The steel itself, there's been some repairs done to the bottom. You can see where the body filler, just for the purpose of this video, we haven't taken all of the body filler off yet. And what's happened previously, and it was done correctly, someone has cut this old lower quarter panel off and replaced it with another one, and this looks to be done correct. There's just it was wavy on the bottom, so we want to make sure there isn't any rust that's trapped in behind or underneath. So we'll end up stripping this off. Same thing at the dog leg down here. I would suspect there's probably rot in behind that, so we'll strip all of that body filler off of there too. And then as we come to the front, you can see there's more body filler in here on the driver's side fender. We suspect it's been in a collision in the front end at one point, because we've got some body filler here, and then we've got quite a thick spot. So what we wanted to do is, our client just stopped in, so we wanted to not only share with him the level or amount of body filler that was on the fenders in the front end, but also to share with you viewers that are watching us on our YouTube channel. It's very difficult. We knew it was a little bit wavy, but this car has been in the family its whole time, and when you're talking to different generations and they say, no, it was only painted once, or it was only painted twice, and so we kind of get a chuckle out of it, because as we strip the car down and then we see body filler, and this is excessive use, it's hard to pick up in the camera, but it would be the thickness of a quarter that you would have here. So this whole fender and this nose section, you can see it's still really thick in here. We'll remove all of that. It looks like it's collision damage, and rather than hammer and dollying it out, they've just smoothed it with body filler. And before we started to strip the car, this whole fender looked quite wavy, and then this passenger side fender is in worse shape. And this obviously took the brunt of the collision, because we have quite a bit of body filler up here in the top section, and you can see where there's some wrinkles or some ripples in it. So we've got some collision damage here in this section, and then an extremely heavy use of body filler all the way along this fender. So same kind of idea we wanted to share with the customer, because it's really difficult to prove once you have that all removed how much body filler there was there. But you can see how thick it is here and in here. So they basically had so much body filler in that they've covered or lost this dished groove, which is very famous in the Coronet style, where it kind of dishes in and has some curves. And there's so much body filler in here that you lose the curves. And then you can see along here, we've gone down with really aggressive sandpaper, and we're still not even a quarter of the way through. And once again, that's thicker than a quarter, and that was throughout the whole fender. So we'll be removing the rest of this body filler, which will expose body damage. Hopefully it's not an incorrect patch that was done, but once we remove all the body filler, we'll be able to hammer and dolly, shrink and stretch the metal accordingly to get as close as possible, so we're not relying on body filler to smooth it. And as we come down the side, really nice, you appreciate the lines of these cars as you're sanding them or stripping them down, because with all the different body filler and thickness of paint, you kind of lose the definition line and the styling. So it's going to be a treat when we get to the block sanding stage, because there's so many different angles going on this Coronet. You can see we have the rounded surface here, it dishes and then it bevels back out and then dishes back in again and then tapers down. So it would be, some guys would say that's a block sander's nightmare, but it really does show, because once you get past the door back into here, then you got a lot more going on, because now they've raised a groove like in the belt line, and it's been brought out, and then you have this taper. So you can see, once again, there's lots of angles going on, and then along the back, the metal's in really nice shape. Same thing, the bottom section of the quarter panel was cut out and replaced, and then we're just going to remove a little bit more of that filler and make sure that it's sealed properly before we continue with the smoothing. So lots of progress, going very well. You can see we still have lots to do. We've got to go all the way around the frames. We'll be removing the glass. We've got to do the top portions of the doors, and then the front louver. And so there's quite a bit still to go, but the majority of the stripping down, the layers of body filler and paint and old lacquer, is off. So we're making lots of progress, and we'll be taking these fenders off shortly too, to examine the inside of the fender wells. So thank you for watching. This is the 67 Dodge Coronet, and I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.